Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Kenny Baz World Outreach. My name is Kenny Bazwaye. Today, it's going to be a very beautiful day. Today, we are going to be talking about so many things that has happened in the past, in the present, and in the future. Today, I have a guru, a media guru, a man that has stood the test of time, a man that I respect a lot, Mr. Sonny Erabo. Mr. Sonny Erabo is a media guru, actually a media trainer, a man that also had a very big heart for the community and for the people. I will not bore you with a lot of introduction. I have him live here joining us from Lagos. Sir, please, can you throw more light and introduce yourself to our people at home and in diaspora that are watching? Welcome to JBKM Network.
Thank you very much. How will I start? I am a broadcaster. I've always been known for broadcasting. I started in the 70s and I'm still in it. I'm a director with Inspiration 92.3 FM in Lagos. And of course, I'm just one of those who have a show on it. The show is called Sonny Erabo Live. And I know Inspiration is in Lagos, also in Ibadan, and it's in Uyo. And if I know the main owner of the Inspiration Network is a very, powerful and very interesting gentleman who's business savvy. He understands how these things work. So from time to time, we share ideas on the professional calling of this. However, my mainstay is that I'm the chairman of Rui Communications, and I'm involved in advertising. Talked about the talk show already because it's been on for many, many years. And I started with Radio Nigeria. Should I say?
Yes, sir. Just overwhelmed because.
Shows.
Go ahead. We kind of lost your audio for a minute. Come again. Are you there?
Yeah.
Come again now.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, sir.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I don't know how it happened, but it was just right. I don't know where you stopped me, where you heard
So you were
me
talking about your organizations where you actually also have a show, and you spoke about the strength of your partner, and that's where I kind of feel that we lost you a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yes. I did say that Inspiration has branch in Lagos, Ibadan, and Uyo. I also said that my chairman, who is the owner of the station, is very business savvy. And so from time to time, we share ideas from the professional to the business angle to sustain the strength of the business and the business of broadcasting. But personally, I have Rui Communications, where I'm chairman, and it's an advertising agency. It also has subsidiaries in other aspects, media relations, training. We have Sonny Erabo Institute of Media and Communications. And then also, I also said that I started my broadcasting career in Radio Nigeria. I spent 26 years there and retired in 2000 and became in charge of information and orientation under Lucky Gbenedion's government in Edos State. And thereafter, I left. I didn't stay long there, so I think I was there for just a year and a few months. Moved on to my forte, most of the areas that I've always been strong in, which is broadcasting, talking to people, doing research, doing documentaries, and then, of course, advertising. So I've been in and out like that, just without mincing words. It's given me a good chance to meet people, interview a lot of them, the high and the mighty, the lowly, the small, the big. I've spoken to quite a few of them, and I noticed that professionals have a way of handling their affairs as against public servants who also have their own ways of handling their own affairs. But the public officers, those who are elected into offices, they are the ones, to me, that look like they are the power brokers. So sometimes one is a bit, harder on them because we put them there, we expect them to do a bit more to take care of the needs of the people. I'm not so sure we're getting there yet. But anyway, I'm a man who has been in broadcasting,
Wow.
still in broadcasting and advertising. So
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you very much. Just for the record, I actually begged him. I'm like, this show we're going to talk about you more. Please speak about you because Mr. Sonny Rabo is a man of few words. I actually had to beg him and say, you must speak about yourself a lot today. Thank you very much. I also know I'm going to quickly digress a little bit into what is trending right now. You are involved with the diaspora. You are a diasporans too. By definition of diaspora, you are a diasporans when it comes to Edo State. You have recently been on the front line when it comes to Edo at 30th celebration, most especially with diasporans. Can you throw a little bit more light on that?
well, Edo State was born in 1991, August 27th. And I say born because it's almost like personalizing it actually, or personifying it. And but we know that Edo belongs to a kingdom that is as old as time. Edo Kingdom or Benin Kingdom is very, very old, over 2,000 years, arguable, as people tend to say, historians, but we know. And then, of course, the others that make Edo State are the Esans, the Oras, the Esakos, the Afemai people. Then you have Igbanke, you have, around Gelegele area, you have also the Izon or Ijo people who came from Bayelsa and Delta. So anyway, to cut a long story short, Edo State is a mini Nigeria, very gifted with people and natural resources. And so when they said we're going to have a state carved out for them, but people were happy, but initially people were a bit confused. Why separate Midwest as it was and become Bendel? They now come and make it Edo and Delta. But now we are happier for it because it's a bit more monolithic, so to speak. So yes, we're celebrating 30 years since 1991, and it has brought to the fore, brought into focus, the activities of Edos in the diaspora. That means those who are not in Benin or in Nigeria as such, or who are not in Edo State, in in a outside Nigeria, outside Edo State.
Now,
They're all over the world.
let me quickly,
You're all over the world.
let me butt in quickly. I know about
Yes,
the Edo State Diaspora Steering Committee, which you happen
yes.
to be a member.
Remember.
Can you throw some light into that, how that came about, and what are the roles of that committee?
Okay, the committee is assigned to put together the agency.
Okay, I think he froze a little bit.
To inaugurate it.
Yes, we're having
Can you hear me?
some audio issue. You were talking about it's a do diaspora. You were trying to explain how it came about. Come again, sir. Go again.
Yes, I said a steering committee was set up. I was made a member of that committee, and the committee is actually designed, or rather, to design the working nature of the commission, which is Edo State Diaspora Agency. That has been.
Okay.
See, but that was between now and December or thereabout. I'm not so sure. But yes, as a member of the steering committee, we've done our best, we've done our duties, and I think they're in the process of recruiting. And that should then, I don't want to spill the beans as such, but I can let you know for a fact that the idea is to take care of diasporan affairs, meaning all members in the diaspora, all Edo indigenes who are in the diaspora, now have a chance to be heard better. We know where there are many professionals from Edo State who are in the diaspora.
Now, on that note, let me quickly, when you talk
Is it
about
Shanghai, China?
on that note, when you talk about being heard or being heard in a louder way, how do you tend to? You are in the media. You've been in the media for ages. When we put this ad that we're going to have a one-on-one with you, we got a lot of feedback. Time way back, some people even email and say, "Oh, I started hearing your voice when I was a child." Now, being a media guru, as you are, a man full of experience as a trainer, how do we leverage on this media in diaspora and at home to showcase our cultural heritage in Edo State and merge the bridge between the Edos in diaspora and the Edos at home?
Well, what you're doing now is a good step, right? I'm in Lagos. You are in, is it Toronto, Canada, or where?
Toronto, yes, we're in Toronto.
Yes, okay. And so the only divide we have now is right, just seconds between us. We are talking to each other, we can see each other, we can hear each other. And that's the power of the media. Okay? There's no need now for me to board a plane to come to you before I can talk to you, unlike those days. So that's one weapon we have, and I'm very glad and happy about that. How we use that weapon is very important to us. Now, what do I mean? Edo in the diaspora would like to see the activities of the state government in their abode. They would also like people in Edo State to see their activities like we are doing now.
So you were saying that they would also like to see the activity.
Because they're seeing us on Facebook. Yes, they can hear what I'm saying. So we must maximize the opportunities, derivable from that kind of a relationship. That's what I think we should normally do. And so the diaspora is being brought closer home.
Bringing on our people must get it. So you were explaining how we leverage on the cyber space, the internet, today's technology, and make sure that both parties, when I mean both parties now, we're talking about.
I like the way you are paraphrasing me.
Yes, I'm trying to do a recap. Of course, I'm here in front of my boss. I have to try and do my best.
No.
So carry
I
on,
love
sir.
it. You're filling the gaps. So, right. Well, to cut a long story short, we're just trying to maximize the opportunities the media has, the media have. And well, in your case, using you as an example, it's a powerful one. Then there's, you have other colleagues. You have some in the UK, you have some in Italy, you have some in other parts. I think there are some in Asia. So I'm here. I'm able to talk to you and use my so-called weapon to bring people together. That's very important for us. And I think we must maximize that, must leverage on it. We must ensure also that, come what may, the misinterpretation and misinformation that used to thrive should no longer be allowed to thrive. We want to see how the diasporan people react to policies and activities of government in Edo State. We also want to see that Edo State government and the functionaries of government will also react to how the diaspora are responding. Expectations be met on both ways. I think that's what Obaseki is trying to do,
Now,
and I love that.
Talking about Obaseki, let me quickly digress because we have another 30 to 35 minutes. I'm going to be piggybacking on what you're saying at the same time, going back and forth to the past, the present, and the future. I hope you don't mind. The diaspora, in my own submissive opinion, played a major role in the re-election of the current Edo State governor, which is His Excellency Noorase Godwin Obaseki. Looking at the political landscape and the magnitude of the participant when it comes to the diaspora, what will you have to say? What has changed? You were in 2001, I believe, in the government briefly, and today, and looking at the electoral process and the impact, the impartation, I would say, of the diasporans? What has changed?
Um, well, the electoral process was very fantastic this time. The people's voice was heard, and the mandate was given to Godwin Obaseki. That is a major change. Okay. Before now, yeah, there's a lot of inducement, a lot of guesswork, a lot of misinformation, and even disinformation. That should not be allowed to thrive. Let the activities of governance, let governance, be one that is participatory, both from the side of government.
Okay, from the side of government, and I believe you
The
want to say,
people are the public. The, yeah, from the side of government and the people that the government serves. Did you hear that?
yes, I got it. Copy.
All right. So, and I said government is serving the people. So therefore, those in the diaspora, those at home, you're all the public. You're the ones that will expect the government to meet your expectations, as it were, and also expect that whatever the government does, you react. And government, therefore, will then have to listen to how that works for him, for the government. And Obaseki is now the focal point of government, as I'm saying it now. I hope that makes sense. So
Yes, it
I think
does.
that, yeah, I think that what I'm trying to say is that there has to be a more symbiotic relationship between governance and the public. And both sides must listen to both sides. They must listen to each other, to one another.
Talking about the relationship, like you just mentioned, I'm going to use it to again go back to a little bit forward to the Diaspora Steering Committee. I know that a lady that I know, Dr. Loretta Ogboro, is part of the committee. My own godfather, Ambassador Matthew Vicky, wife who is part of it, amongst other eminent Edolites in diaspora that are part of the committee. Given the lineup that you have right now, how will you rate since the day of inception of this committee to now? How would you rate your success?
Don't forget, it's been quite a few weeks, I must say. And from the beginning of the year to now, it's about 8 months gone. 8 months is ending. I would be proud to say that if the public is patient, what's about to come out is something they will be very happy with. It's something I believe they will want to say, okay, this guy is working in the background, but he's coming out with something that everybody will gain from. I don't want to preempt some of the decisions that are being taken, but I would love to say, very gladly too, that no matter how you look at it, it's not easy to satisfy the expectations of the people. But if you put the people first in all that you're doing, and I think that's what this government is doing, then the people will be happier for it and will expect, therefore, that going forward, it will be a government of participation. The people's, feelings will be felt, will be met. The people's expectations will be met, and government's expectation will be met by the public as well, by the people. You see, that symbiotic relationship needs to work, and information management is key to this process. Information management is key. What you say, how you say it, must resonate with the people so that they can follow you and then understand you and then do whatever you
But
want to do.
on the other note, as
Yeah.
a media guru, a trainer when it comes to the industry, media, will you
Mm.
say His Excellency, the governor and his team are very efficient in updating and disseminating information when it comes to the progress they have ascertained in office in this very second tenure?
Without putting him on a magnitude of test casing, I think he's trying his best, but he's working against odds. When you make a pronouncement, the people have to understand you, they have to believe you, okay? But the same people are over expectant sometimes, over expectant sometimes, and so may misunderstand what he's saying. That's where the level of information and the way the information is received is very, very important. I would therefore say that I will beg the people to give the governor a chance to let him conclude what he's planning to do, and maybe also let his team, he has a team of information managers, to break it down to the understanding of everyone. Because I think the governor means well, and I think he's going to do the best in the interest of the people. Let me put it like that.
On this note, I know that the Edos, and you are aware, if you look behind me, this way, sorry, you will see Edo at 30 right there. We are celebrating the 30 years of Edo State. Edo State, for those that don't know, is southern Nigeria. We are we are the heartbeat of Nigeria. And for those that are not be following our programs, we have aired numerous programs concerning the celebration of Edo State at 30. Right now, we're going to go on a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the actual celebration of Edo at 30 in diaspora, what happened at home, the role that the Edos in diasporas are playing, those major players that are involved, and what is next. Do not touch that dial. I'll see you on the other side.
Edo State will be 30 years old on the 27th of August 2021. Ours is a land with an enduring monarchy of global acclaim. It is a land filled with distinguished sons and daughters defining and holding their own in all spheres of human endeavor, both at home and in the diaspora. We are a people of confidence and excellence, steeped in values, culture, courage, respect, and measured wisdom. Celebrate our Edo-ness. God bless Edo State.
Do you want to be your own boss and make income or extra income with flexible schedule? Welcome to Keenan Courier. Keenan Courier works as a marketplace platform connecting customers who need something delivered with drivers that are willing to serve them. Courier with any vehicle, better trip allocation, and cash out your earnings whenever you want. Download our driver apps today to sign up.
Welcome back to GBKM. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, my name is Kenny Bazway. If you're joining us in part, I have a media guru, my mentor on the other line, all the way from Nigeria, I call him Honorable Dr. Sonny Erabo on the other end. Today we're just talking about how to impart our community, impart Edos in diaspora and at home via media. And we were slightly talking about the committee that was just inaugurated, and we actually highlighted, he was kind enough to highlight the process and the progress of the current state government in Edo State. Mr. Sonny Erabo, welcome back to GBKM Network.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm doing my best to be upright because I know I have my boss on the
Please
other
be
side.
natural. Please feel free.
Thank you very much, sir.
Before we went
on commercial break, we talked about the actual celebration. In my own opinion, the entire diaspora has been under surge because of the celebration. From Rome to England to Scotland to Toronto to New York, everywhere is under surge of the celebration. How did it come about, sir?
All right. Diaspora has been brought together in focus. I know globally there are so many Edo indigenes who belong to one association or the other. But right now, with the efforts of the likes of Dr. Loretta Buroko, and of course, people like you, Mr. Bazwaye, people like Lamte Oriaki, Oberland TV, Lucky Omosigo, and the Ambassador Matthew Biki Wifo, who incidentally is a relation to our very revered, recently passed Professor Victor Wifo. But that's quite a talented family, I must say. We've seen efforts from all angles. And what I've enjoyed too is the fact that the governor has given an ear to their cry to their observations, and they themselves are also trying their best to make sure that, listen, Governor, this is what we want you to do, and we want you to actually do it for us, not just for us, but for the people of Edo State. Because honestly, when I heard that Diaspora alone contributes billions of dollars into the Nigerian coffers, and especially Edo State, I was quite impressed. Because let's face it, how much does the state need to run a yearly budget for the state? But if there's a channeling that I believe comes now and again and is well nurtured, channeled for the right specific projects, either to their individual families or corporate entities or state, coffers, then there will be process of growth. There will be, a situation where you see an Edo indigene or a Nigerian who is in Edo State coming, how will I put this word now? Coming to terms and in tune with progress, seeing projects unfold before their eyes. Not when you go to a place and you see that the whole place is looking, topsy-turvy, not really well laid out. And no, we don't want that anymore. We want a people that believes in progress, that believes in development, that believes in common good, that believes in, the desire to see his neighbor progress and move to the right direction or in the right direction. We want a government that will listen to the people, and we want the people that will give the government a chance to perform. You see, it's not easy to just say government must do this, do this, do that. No, the government has at its disposal a lot of information that you may not know or have. For example, if I'm a doctor and you tell me you have an ailment, and because I'm a doctor, I've learned how to deal with that ailment, then I may be able to discuss with you the best approach to solving that ailment. But if you now think, because I'm a doctor, you know more than the doctor, becomes a bigger problem. So that's why I keep talking about symbiotic relationship, where the people and the government must give themselves or give each other a chance to work together and move for common good. The people will expect something to happen, something fast. But government on its own part will expect the people to give them a chance for those things to happen properly. But they also expect the same people to obey the rules of law and follow the regulations in a manner that will help them.
Now,
You understand?
But one we ask, let me quickly throw this in. By the way, those that are commenting on our app, we are going to read it out now soon. If you have any question, you can always comment on the app and we can read it. If you have any question for my own boss, please feel free on the app and comment, and we'll read it as the time comes. Now, I just got a message from one of our social media handle asking, why are we celebrating Edo State when there are a lot of issues such as security issues and other issues? What will you have to say to that?
I have a lot to say to that. Celebration does not mean happiness, happiness, happiness. Celebration means reflection, reflection, reflection. Let's look at what's going wrong with a view to correcting it. Let's look at where have we not done the right thing so that we can actually do the right thing. Let's look at what have we done right and didn't work for us. How can we make it work for us? Then security. Why is security such a bigger problem? We must find out why. It's necessary to find out why and then plug the loopholes. Security, everybody is a security person. If I see an armed robber near me, I will call the law. I will report that person. You see, we must be one another's brother's keeper. We shouldn't let government do it alone. Neither should the government let the people do it themselves alone. They must work together. They must work hand in hand. And security being a major issue is because too much has been talked about and nothing has been done. There's too much, sometimes there's a lot of alarm, okay? But then when the alarm is blown, what do we do to arrest the problem? That to me is where I really throw, the dart or the dart, as it were. Where do we go from solving the problem? How do we solve that problem? It's very important.
You know, one thing that I take from what you just said is very crucial, and I think I should reiterate it, is that um, whether you like it or not, we are part of the policing, we are part of the security, because the
Yes.
law enforcement agency, even though they are paid and trained, they don't do magic. They work from information giving, and we are all supposed to be watching each other's back. So I agree with you on that note. While we are moving forward, before we come back to Edu, Terry, and we proceed, I would like to give at least a 30 seconds silent for our fallen hero. We lost our father, a legend, a man that was able to bring our cultural heritage, a man that brought our music, a man that brought our art. One of the hats that we wear here, Festa 1977, he was a major part of it. A former commissioner of art and culture, ambassador, commissioner, Sir Victor Wifo. We want to please quickly give him 30 seconds. Thank you very much for the benefit of on air. As you all know, it's very crucial to. We would have loved to do 1 minute, but for us, 30 seconds on air is like 1 hour. So thank you very much, sir. I know you have worked with him 2021 closely. Tell us a little bit about him.
Sir Victor Wifo was exceptional. He was as serious as he was happy-go-lucky. He was such a jovial person, was such a happy person, but was also such a serious person. I mean, you can't suffer fools gladly with Professor Sir Victor Efosa Wifo. No. In cabinet, the 1 year we had together in cabinet, 1 year plus, he was very, very dutiful, D-U-T-Y, that is, dutiful. He was a man who knew his onions, but he never said anything without being called upon by the governor to say anything. Because when you're at meetings, some people are garrulous, some people are verbose. But Sir Victor will always pick his time to say what he needed to say. But the same Sir Victor, when you are outside, you will see a very ebullient, bubbly human being. You know, that was the kind of person he was. And one thing I really loved about him was that he was close to culture, and yet he was very flamboyant. Look at his mode of dressing. You will not believe that the man who wears all these flamboyant suits
Can I swear also put on a regalia to represent the culture?
his switch is absolutely, and he did it with such effortless manner that people like me marveled, because every time on March 1st, I called him and I interviewed him on my show. I asked him one question. But I've been looking for that interview, and I felt so bad when I was at the station and I asked them to go. Anyway, because of the time factor, he said they were still looking for it. But I asked him, I said, listen, you are 80 and you are still behaving like somebody who is 50. Where do you get the energy from? He said, no, man, that means ask me. I don't know. I just know that I feel good and I don't regret any move I make. I said, we would like to learn from you, sir.
Oh.
Feeling 80, do you feel 80? He said, no, he didn't. And I was now finding out that he was actually doing a song that I think I even played it on that same day. He was doing a song that was meant for his 80th birthday. And I said, okay, this is a man who worked till the very, very end. Was an exceptional human being.
Now that he's gone, he has left a huge legacy. Apart from the legacy he left, he also left a huge footprint. Do you think in the history of Edo State, Benin Kingdom, because he kind of played both roles, state-wise and cultural-wise, can anybody fit in those footsteps?
it will take a very long time, if at all. I never write anything off. Okay? But you know Albert Einstein, who was thought to be autistic, he discovered E equals MC squared, the theory of relativity and all of that. Okay? Now, if you look at such a man and what he left behind, there are others who have also done a few different things, but this man, this Victor Wifo, multi-talented, multicultural, is the kind of man who's a sculptor, composer, musician of no mean feat. Is the kind of person that would sit down and tell you the story with ease, and you'll be marveling and wondering where he got all that idea from. Is the kind of person that will sing in English or in Benin. You know that song, you know. Then he will now go, sweet banana, sweet, sweet, sweet. And I said to myself, Haba, a jack of all trades, master of none. No, he was master of all. He went to school at 56, back to school that is, became a PhD holder, became a professor in a prestigious university like that of Benin. How can you not marvel at such a person? I don't think his shoes will be easy to fill. No, it will not be easy to fail at all. I doubt if it will be filled in more than in 50 years' time. Because the world is even changing now in orientation and in the way and manner we do things. But one thing I'm sure about is that Wifo was one of the first few musicians that, apart from being the first that rose to that level in academics, one of the first that was celebrated worldwide. And he has maintained that tempo till the very end. So I have a feeling that the whole world will come and study him, like they did Fela. You know, they will study his music, they will study his works, his sculptured works, they will study his general disposition towards life. Because I'm sure his children and his lovely wife would probably tell you that this guy never gave up on looking good. Neither did he even give up on thinking what to do next. He was a restless, creative human being, you know. And I'm sure the entertainment industry in Nigeria, especially the musicians, they will miss him. All of us will miss him. Broadcasters, because he was a broadcaster's delight. We will miss him, you know.
You know, from here in GBKM, we definitely we are missing him already, and I'm sure that
Absolutely.
this vacuum is huge, and the entire kingdom and the states is missing him. I believe that the steering committee, maybe you guys will issue some statements to that effect, how much we missed him, and so on and so forth. On this note, while we are still on the matter, we're going to quickly go on a commercial break, and then when we come up, we'll be rounding up. But we'll be rounding up with a very crucial part of this topic, which is Edos Diaspora, where we are, what next, and what we are doing next. You are still on GBKM. This is Kenny Baz World Outreach. I remain your humble host, Kenny Baz. You don't touch that dial.
Do you want to be your own boss and make income or extra income with flexible schedule? Welcome to Keenan Courier. Keenan Courier works as a marketplace platform connecting customers who need something delivered with drivers that are willing to serve them. Courier with any vehicle, better trip allocation, and cash out your earnings whenever you want. Download our driver apps today to sign up.
Edos State will be 30 years old on the 27th of August 2021. Ours is a land with an enduring monarchy of global acclaim. It is a land filled with distinguished sons and daughters defining and holding their own in all spheres of human endeavor, both at home and in the diaspora. We are a people of confidence and excellence, steeped in values, culture, courage, respect, and measured wisdom. Let us celebrate our Edoness. God bless.
Welcome back, welcome back. If you're just joining us in part, Kenny Bazwaye here, and this is Kenny Baz World Outreach. I have here on the other side my mentor joining us all the way from Lagos, Elder Honorable Mr. Sonny Erabo. Thank you for joining us all the way from Lagos. How is it? What's the weather over there? I should have asked that first.
It's very cloudy. I'm sitting right in front or behind the window looking out. You can see a bit of trees in the background. It's cloudy, but not bad at all. I love it. I love the weather here now.
Here in Toronto, we are enjoying the final part of summer, so we're just trying as much as possible to enjoy it for now. Now, on the other side, on the flip side,
yes,
we're talking about Edos State and diaspora. For those that just joined us, we spoke about our legend. I would say he's still a living legend, no matter how it is. He has left things that will speak for him, even while he's gone. Sir Victor Uwaifo. Okay, now let's move forward now while we are running up now. With the celebration that happened in Rome, the one that happened in Scotland, the one that happened in London, in Toronto, Canada, and every other place in Australia, every other places that happened celebrating Edo at 30. What does
Edo at 30?
Edo at 30, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think the future holds for us?
Oh, let me say one thing for sure. Edos in the diaspora have really made my head big. They made me feel that there's nothing, I don't regret being an Edo man, one. Number two, instead of the very negative press that we were made to suffer by some strange characters over the years.
So you were talking about, before you froze.
Qualified.
So you talked about the negative press, then it froze a little bit. Pick it from there.
Oh my God, okay. It's all right. I'll try and recapture what I was trying to say. You know, sometimes when I'm talking, I get a little bit emotional, and then
that's because you're organic. Permit me to put it that way. That's because you're organic, and that goes a long way. Being real is equals to being authentic.
Mm-hmm. So I love the fact that there are more Edos who are better qualified and who can carry the mantle of Edoism and Nigerianism high, rather than the one we were celebrating before when they kept talking about crime in criminals from Edo State. God forbid. There's no part of the world that you don't have all kinds of people of different behavioral attitude, whether it's crime, whether it's prostitution, whatever it is. But the good thing is that out of that same Edo State are people who are not just qualified, but they can hold their own anywhere in the world. Some of them are the best brains on earth. I'm so proud of that. And I will always sing the praise of that Edo man or woman. That's the most important thing for me. So instead of Nigerians or Edos to start singing the negative vibes that should not in any way rear its head near us, we should celebrate the good side, the good qualities that we possess. Because it's that will make us now grow better. We should stop being alarmist. We should stop being negative. We should just stop pulling others down. Just give yourself a chance. If you cannot make it yourself and you cannot celebrate those who have made it, well, you're on your own, but please step aside. Let the good ones and let the good tides roll. That's the way I see it. And Edo at 30, this is the beginning of greater things to come. There will be no more negativism or negativity in Edo State.
So
I believe
we're getting some messages. One of the messages here is from Olu. Olu from Japan is asking, he's saying that, will the people, the Edos at home, allow the diasporas to come and use their expertise, leverage on their knowledge they have acquired abroad, they have acquired in diaspora, to progress the agenda of the state and the progress of the entire kingdom?
That's a very fantastic question. And that goes without saying.
Yeah, he froze again. Guys, bear with us. I think
you already have the opportunity to better your life.
Come again. You were trying to address that question before it froze.
Yes. I said, the people in Edo State themselves, they will lose if they do not allow those in the diaspora to come home and share with them the knowledge they have. And not only that, too, also better their lives. After all, it's not the same as those in the diaspora that are always sending dollars to their people at home. Don't they use the money? They should use the money to better their lives now. Why would they want to pull anybody down, say, don't come home? No. If you'll be foolish to be a loser. You'll be a loser to stop people from coming to help build Edo State.
So
it's better.
Go ahead. I'm just taking more questions. Go ahead.
It is better to embrace ideas and progressive, development than to now keep a frowning face and stop people from coming home to help you out. It would be very foolish on anybody's part who's at home and doesn't want progress.
Now, let me just quickly say this. The questions we are picking, I'm picking those ones that I feel that we have not addressed. All your questions are relevant. There are some that we have addressed in the course of the program. I don't think it would be fair to, repeat it again. So if your questions is not being addressed, that's because it has been addressed earlier on the program today. John is asking from Austria, how can we validate, authenticate this steering committee? He says that there are a lot of different people claiming to be a steering committee. Those in diaspora may be confused. Can you guys throw more light on the authentication of the steering committee?
My answer to this question is straightforward. How many steerings in a car? There's only one steering, and that steering has a committee, and the membership is maybe 5, 6, or 7 at best. And what they were given terms of reference, laid down rules. They should just suggest the best way forward, and that's what we are doing. So, and the governor inaugurated the steering committee. I don't know of any other steering committee or so. If anybody is, see, this is the thing, don't cast doubt where there's no room for that kind of thing. Let us give the people a chance to see what they have to offer, and let's see how it works. Simple. If you're an alarmist or you dwell on negativity, you're drawing back the hand of the clock, but you're also leaving yourself behind, because people will look at you and leave you behind and move on. Me, I not get time for sentiments, so truth be told, please, let's just be honest with ourselves. How can there be any other committee that has... Come on.
Thank you for clarity. There are also more questions that we may not be able to take today because the time is fast spent. While we are winding down, I just want to quickly go back on you now. Let's talk a little bit about you. You've done a lot of work. You are in Lagos right now. You are considered as a diasporan when it comes to Edo State because you are in Lagos.
Because I'm not in Benin.
Yes, you are a diasporan. So more or less, you are like me. Me and you, we are in it together. So on that note, what do you think? Apart from using the media, using the diasporans in international, like abroad, those diasporans in Nigeria, the one is Sokoto, Abuja, Kano, Lagos. What role?
Yes.
How can we include them? What role? Because sometimes subconsciously it looks like we are focusing more on the ones in maybe overseas. Let me put it that way, for lack of a better way of explaining it. How do we
I
include
wouldn't
these
agree
guys?
with you. I wouldn't agree with you to that extent, because on Friday when we celebrated the 30th anniversary on my show, Sonny Rabol Live, there were people from Abuja, and I think from, I'm not so sure, and then me in Lagos, and then other people from all over the globe. So I don't agree with you to that extent. However, there are more people on the continental level outside Nigeria, yes, that are in the diaspora, because they're the ones that are very, very active. They're the ones that always send messages home. They're the ones that always want their family members to know how they are doing. The same way they want to also make sure that they find out that the family members at home are doing well. Because when you are out and you are not hearing from your family at home, you'll be worried, okay? However, the beauty again is that we have, for example, Professor Issa Odidi in Shanghai, in China. He's one of the finest first 100 scientists in the world. He's from Edo State now. Papa, I go celebrate that kind of man. Okay? And for that reason, there are so many others like that. I know Dr. Harris Nabulele was my senior in school. He's in the US there. And you and this one, you have a whole TV station, another, maybe a radio station as well. When we see these things, what we can do is make the best of what we have while we are at it. We make the best of what we have. We work with government. And if government is not listening to us, we let them listen to us. Okay? And let the people's feeling be felt. Let government's attitude and position or policy be felt as well. So that, again, I will repeat what I said, there is a symbiotic relationship. I think what we really need to work on is information.
My final question here before I will ask you to tell us how to reach you. My final question is this. There's a popular saying that is widely known that he who paid the piper dictates the tunes. The diasporans, there's a steering committee. By the grace of God, there will be a diaspora commission, hopefully, and so on. How can we be very assured that this committee will be able to hold the government accountable at the due time? Again, like I said, he who paid the piper dictates the tune.
Okay. Now, I like the question, but I will answer it in an interesting way, I hope. You said a commission. Okay, I've used the word agency, and at the same time, and 10 pence, an institution has been created to handle the affairs of the diaspora. Now, what that means is that anything that has to do with diaspora, like the federal government has it, they must first be taken into proper consideration, and then their feelings met, their expectations met, their feelings will be such that when you listen to them, you want to meet them halfway or explain things to them. But the most essential thing is, I would like a Nigeria that works and takes care of its Nigerians who are outside Nigeria. I would like an immigration service that will sit up and say, I'm an immigration attaché of the Nigerian embassy in Italy, and I would like to please make sure that what are we not doing right so that you can be taken care of? Is your life in danger? Okay, right. Come over to the embassy. Let us see how we can better your lot. What exactly is the problem? What laws have you broken? If you have broken the laws of the Italian government, then you may have to face the law. So teach them not to break the law. Teach them to respect the rule of law. Like I will always say in Nigeria, we should respect the rule of law so that things can be made. Anybody who is in charge of government should respect the rule of law, should lead by example. Anybody who is a follower should respect the rule of law, should obey the law. Let us begin to work towards proper developmental process in life, because it's when you study well that you will pass your exam. Don't just wait for people to come and do the exam for you, because you will never succeed.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you very, very much. There are more questions. There are questions from Bakari. There are questions from Dr. Tony, Gladys. There are a lot of questions that we can't take.
What you can do for me.
Yes, sir.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
What you can do for me is if you collate the question and send it to my WhatsApp, I can respond and you can publish accordingly.
Sure. We will surely do that, sir.
Okay? Maybe on Facebook and all
I
that.
give our viewers our word that we will definitely do that. Before we proceed on how to reach you, I'd like to encourage all our viewers and listeners all over the world, download our 100% free app where you can watch us live 24 hours. It's free. It will bring you stories like this, movies, news, etc. Also follow us on our Facebook, GBKM Network, on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, GBKM TV. Support us. This is the only way we can bring this together. We can do it. If you want to run and you want to make it in life, you will have to do it together. The only support we are asking from you is subscribe, like, and share, and more. Thank you very much. On this note, sir, I know you, in the course of researching while we're trying to prepare for this program, your digital footprint is very high when you use a search engine like Google and so on. So I'm saying that a lot of people already are familiar, they already know you. However, for those that don't know you yet, that don't know how to reach you, please, how can somebody reach you? How can they watch your show, listen to your show, or communicate with you?
Okay. Well, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Recently, I've been trying to actually redirect the processes better, because I was just toying with it before, but now I have professionals for putting it all together so that we can then have a channel of communication, so to speak. Sonny Rabo Live is on YouTube, and is also on Zoom. It's also on Facebook, and it's Sonny Rabo on Facebook. While on Instagram, it's at Irabo Sonny. For Facebook, it's Sonny Rabo Live. So, and then what you want to do is on, YouTube, Sonny Rabo Live. What you want to do is subscribe to YouTube, please. And whatever it is you have as an observation, send it to me and I will respond. Because now we're going to be having more,
We're going to be having more programs. That's where we lost you.
Can I go on fm9.com?
Yeah, go ahead now. So you said now you're going to be having more programs?
Yes, on over every week, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Sundays for Inspiration FM with Zoom and YouTube. Wednesday and Friday will be for YouTube, Zoom, Facebook, Instagram. Now, for my Facebook followers, in fact, I have offended you guys so much in recent times. Let me assure you, I will not do that again, because you're going to be getting the better service and more. Then you'll be happier with me. Let me not blow my grammar before it gets too tongue bite. You'll be happier with me. All right. Thank you all, and God bless you.
On this note, I want to say a very big thank you to my very own boss, Mr. Honorable Sonny Rabo. As you already know, look at my side here right now. Edo is celebrating 30 years. I'm arrogantly Edo man, Google it. You already know Kenny Bazwai. Thank you for joining us. I thank all our viewers from left, right, and center, from everywhere in the world. We can't do it without you. Thank you for all your support. I really want to thank our sponsors that are supporting this station. This show was brought to you by Kenneth Driving. Kenneth Driving is where you drive for yourself. You own your own company. You just download their app and they send you, just like Uber, but what they do, they're like parcel service. They bring parcels and deliver parcels, food, and so on and so forth. That's what they do. Check them out. Go on the Google Play Store and download their app. You can start making 4 figures right there every week. However, my name, again, I can't stop saying it, Kenny Bazwai here. I am who you have made me to be. Without you, I can't be anything. Thank you once again. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you, Uncle Sonny Rabo. I love you. And I just want to say that I have asked him to mentor me. So I'm breaking this on the live radio or live TV right now. I have officially asked him to mentor me. Thank you very much, sir. And say hello to your mommy for me. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for all the great job. And I want to say a special thank you to everybody that is involved in Edo Ateri, Dr. Loretta, Ambassador Vicky Wifo, and many more. Lante Oriaki, Tony Agbons, many. I can't mention all of them. You have to forgive me. The bad thing about mentioning names is when you can't finish it, you already step on toes. So blame me for starting it at all. However, thank you. I love you all. And have a GBKM day. God bless you.
Edo State will be 30 years on the 27th of August 2021. Ours is a land with an enduring monarchy of global acclaim. It is a land filled with distinguished sons and daughters defining and holding their own all spheres of human endeavor, both at home and in the diaspora. We are a people of confidence and excellence, steeped in values, culture, courage, respect, and measured wisdom. Let us celebrate our Edo-ness. God bless Edo State.
Do you want to be your own boss and make income or extra income with flexible schedule? Welcome to Keenan Courier. Keenan Courier works as a marketplace platform connecting customers who need something delivered with drivers that are willing to serve them. Courier with any vehicle, better trip